Here we are. We're outside. We're on a fantastic soccer field, and I'm with Matt Higgins. Matt Higgins is a. Now, did you play for England?
I wish. Played in England.
Matt Higgins is he's a Brit. He comes from England. Not England, right? Not. What part of England are you from?
Near Manchester, a town called Chester.
Chester, well, Chester, Manchester,
yeah.
it's all related. Anyway, Matt is the president and owner of ISDS Sports. It's one of the premier soccer training organizations in New Jersey, right? And you specialize mostly in Northern Jersey.
Mostly based up here in Northern Jersey, but we do serve a lot of clients across the whole of New Jersey for specific needs, yes.
Do you love his accent?
Yeah. I mean...
All right, so give me your background. You grew up in Chester.
Yep.
And when did you start playing soccer? When did you get a?
Since I could kick, mum and dad allowed
really?
me to. Yeah. So it's very.
Is that a very British thing? I mean,
yeah, it's very popular in England.
You grow up you grow up baseball.
Yeah, you grow up on the streets in England. You know, you're playing football, as we call it, soccer, until your mum calls you in for dinner at 7, 8 o'clock, and then you go to bed and you repeat the day after.
Well, it's also a very inexpensive sport to play because someone just needs a ball.
Just a ball.
You don't need mitts, you don't need helmets, bat, you don't need all the equipment.
Just ball and cleats.
Get a ball and just get on the grass.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So you played when you started walking, when you can kick a ball. When did you start playing organized sports?
Probably when I was like 7 or 8, give or take.
Okay.
And then it progressed to like our local town team. We had a great team. Then obviously our high school, and progressed to the youth professional ranks.
Now, what position did you play?
Goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper. Yeah. I was going to say, because it's either rugby or goalkeeper.
Yeah, right? Definitely. I got the size for it, so always been a goalkeeper, although I transferred from a defender to a goalkeeper.
Oh, when you were younger?
One of my teammates, we switched positions. He was a goalkeeper, I was a defender.
Okay.
And I think one game we just decided that we're going to switch, and then he went on and had a great career as a defender.
Never
and I went on and had a good career as a goalkeeper.
Yeah, so tell me about your career. So you graduate high school. Did you go on to soccer? I'm not sure how it works in England.
Sure. So you leave England, high school in England when you're 15, 16.
Wow.
Yeah, give or take. So then you have a choice to go on to college or university, or the special few, but you get an opportunity like myself to go and join a professional soccer club.
At that
16,
age?
So I signed youth professional forms at the age of 16 years old.
16 years old, you start playing professional soccer.
With Macclesfield Town. So unfortunately, I left my parents early.
Yeah, so that's I mean, you're gone. That's like a job.
Oh yeah,
You get paid. It's a career.
It's a career. So, but it's tough. You're in digs like a host family who take care of you.
Oh, is that right? How far was that from where you grew up?
I'd say an hour and 20 maybe, give or take.
Every once in a while.
So it's tough being away from your family on a week-to-week basis. I miss my mum and dad a lot, and my brothers.
Yeah, 16 years old. That's tough.
Because you're leaving one environment to what you're used to.
Yeah.
To go into the professionals, playing with players that are 30,
I was going to
35.
ask. Yeah, exactly.
And then, I had a good time. I spent some time at Manchester City youth team as well.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I was just a youth professional team there at City. Wow. So that was good. And then my career ended because injuries and contract negotiations fell through. So it was good.
How long was your run?
16 to 20, 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, 4 years in human life, that's like 12, 15 years.
It felt like 20.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So after that, now you're 20 years old. I mean, it's amazing. Your career ends at 20. What's next? What were you thinking?
I wasn't thinking a lot, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I was just making sure that, because I moved back home after I left Macclesfield, and then, any 20-year-old, you're looking for the next step, whether it's coaching, management, scouting, but I was too young for any of them things. Yeah. And then I was playing for a local amateur team, and then me and my dad were having breakfast on one Sunday morning and reading the match report from the game the day before.
Yeah.
And there was a job advertisement to come and coach in America.
Really?
Yeah.
In that paper?
In that paper that my father was reading from the previous day.
So I'm not being rude. What I'm doing is I actually get a chance. Yeah, I get a chance to see how we're positioned. I just want to make sure that we're in position right. Nice. Okay. All right. Go ahead. So you saw the ad
Yeah, saw the ad. We saw what was available in New Jersey in America at the time, in Morristown. I applied, and then they came over and had interviews in Chester for other people as well, and then I was with them for 2 years.
What organization?
UK Elite Soccer. So they were great people, very good.
UK League Soccer. So was that an organization similar to this where they trained?
Yeah, they were a training camp business more so.
I think my girls went to that. They did it at Gothenburg Park.
They might have.
Yeah,
they were around
summer.
many years ago. But great people ran that and gave young professionals like myself an opportunity to have a new life, and I'll be forever grateful for that.
Are they still around?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't spoken to them for years, but
How long are you with them?
I was with them for 2 years. So in Morristown, New Jersey, and then started my own business, and then the rest is history.
Yeah, so let's talk about it. ISDS Sports. Tell me, like what is that all about? What inspired you to start your own company like that?
To give back to the kids.
Is that what it was?
To really give back to the children, to guide them in a positive direction. Because listen, around this area, as you know, a lot of sports are run by parent volunteers.
Yeah.
And obviously everyone's grateful for their time and their time to the sport of what they choose to help with, which is awesome.
But they're parent volunteers.
Yeah, and they have a 9
They're
to
not
5.
trained professionally.
Yeah, they have a 9 to 5 job, and I'm sure most of them. And our specific job is to make sure that we are the professionals that give back to the kids.
Nice.
So right now we're over, 900, 1,000 kids a week, give or take.
1,000 kids a week.
Give or take for private lessons, small groups, group sessions like tonight, high school programs, college programs, professionals. So
you work with like professionals, Major League Soccer.
yeah, we've had a couple of kids that have graduated from our program now, currently play.
Is that right?
Yeah, we have.
What teams?
New York City FC and the New York Red Bulls.
Nice.
So
what do you think? How does that compare to England soccer? Like, how does U.S. soccer compare to England soccer, British soccer?
The U.S. market and the U.S. league has become so much better over the past 10 years.
Really?
And it's going to be on par with European top soccer, in my opinion, 2026, 2028.
Is that because of
The war.
ISDS?
No, it's because of
That was your chance to say, of course it is.
well, it's funny.
But it's
not
training. I mean, there's not a lot of this type of training.
Yeah, and you'll see tonight. Honestly, it's just a different kettle of fish. Right? It's what I've been brought up with. I pass that down to my coaches and my trainers, the education, and we pass it on to the children.
Right.
And to me, that is key.
Yeah.
Like, it's all about training. Like,
Yeah, it's any sport.
It's all great. If you play for a team, you've got to. There's two things in soccer specifically. You've got to play for a team. So there's a lot of great club teams out here, a lot of great town club teams out here that are good for that purpose.
Right.
But you've also got to have individual training.
Yeah.
If you don't have both 50-50, it washes itself out.
Yeah.
You've got to balance them two things in soccer, because you can't be great at individual and not have a team, and you can't be great on a team and not have individual.
Right. So what do you guys? Let's say there's some parents out there that have you. How young do you start them?
We start them at 2.
2 years old?
2 years old.
See,
Yeah,
like when you were 2.
when I was 2. That's the reason behind it.
You start at 2 years old.
Yeah.
And how old do you go?
All the way to.
To mine. I'm 59.
I didn't
Is
think
there-
that. Not a day over 21, I thought.
Is there still a chance for me?
Absolutely.
Playing the seniors?
But this is the point. We're open to anyone, any level, any standard, anyone that thinks they love soccer and wants to, they used to love it in high school, but the opportunities weren't there then.
Yeah.
They can pick up the phone and call us and schedule lessons. We're
Well, it's
here
also
for.
good training just physically. I mean, it's not like I have to train because I want to compete on a team. It's I want to train because I just want to be in better shape.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because to me, there is no other sport in the world that has this kind of intensity the way football/soccer does. I mean, it's 90 minutes of nonstop. There's no commercial timeouts.
Yeah.
Nobody comes out to give you a squirt of water.
Yeah.
It's just you play.
Well, the average soccer player, I think, runs 8 or 9 miles a game,
Yeah. Is that what it is?
give or take. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't run 8 or 9 miles a month.
In
I
a
don't even know if
professional league, it's a lot. It's a lot if you think about it. It's
Per
broken
game.
down. Yeah, per game. But like I say, ISDS Sports, we offer a variety of excellent programs for the children and to give back to the kids.
Yeah.
And that's my biggest thing, because no one was there for me back in England to have that next step, to train in my team in the morning on a professional level. Then I should have been training with an individual in the afternoon.
Right, just for personal training.
And it would have changed my whole game on the team aspect.
Right.
So that's why I really did all this, just to help the children and give back as much as possible, because at the end of the day, they're great children from great families, and we want them to really start at a place where they gradually get better and better and better.
Yeah. So how long have you had ISDS going in the U.S.?
We've been officially going for 8 years, but we've been, I had a club before this, where it was a club program.
Oh, okay.
And then realized it wasn't for me in terms of
better off on the training side.
Better off on the training side. It's a lot of time as well. The time commitment. You're away from your family and your kids on the weekends, which is tough, very hard. I know some of my friends that are still in the tournament club world, and they're gone most weekends, 6-7 hour drives, and it wasn't for me. And unfortunately, parents in this area, in northern New Jersey, especially the ones that are sporty parents, it gets a little bit too close.
Yeah.
You've got to separate that from business to professional.
Yeah.
And this is why the parents are paying us for a professional service for training only.
Yeah.
So they come, they train, they go home. They don't hear from us until next week.
Right.
And it's on the field. There's no emails, there's no parent meetings, there's none of that.
That's good.
And that's the way, in my opinion, it should be. And we're slowly but surely changing it. But there's fantastic clubs around there. We have partnerships with a lot of clubs that we help, and we train their kids as well.
So tell me about the regions in northern Jersey that you cover, the counties or the towns that you cover.
Sure. So Bergen, obviously. So about 20, 30 towns in Bergen County.
Wow.
Passaic County, obviously, where we are, like 8 to 10, Passaic County. A few towns in Morris County.
So you guys go wide.
We do. But the big thing for me is making sure that everyone knows that we're here for them. Like that's key. Because if they don't, then we're only a phone call away to help that specific soccer player who's in a club environment. They need an individual development plan.
Right.
If they don't have it, then they're not going to succeed in that team environment.
Yeah. So do you do that? Do you lay out a plan and you sit down, talk to them, and tell me a little bit about how that works.
So basically, we
Which kids will have?
just start the warm up with everyone, and I'll be over in a few minutes.
Ball around?
Yeah. Everyone with a ball.
They're starting practice. I'm going to show you a
practice.
little bit of their routine.
Yeah, we're here. Sorry, what was the question?
I forgot.
Are you going to edit this?
You interrupted the whole thing.
Are you gonna edit this?
Absolutely not. No. So like when an individual, or a parent says, "Listen, my son, he loves soccer, but he's having difficulty with this particular thing." Like, do you sit with the player and?
Yeah, and the parents will meet. We'll go over, meet for coffee, have a discussion of what they're doing well, what they're not doing well, and then basically go from organize a plan. So we have packages available. So we have private lesson packages available, and then that child will use them lessons as per they need it.
Okay.
So let's just say someone signs up for a 50 pack for the whole year. So we schedule, 1 or 2 per week, and this is where you are, this is where we want you to be. And then we put our training methods into play of what,
Nice.
I've been brought up with, and,
So do you guys go the whole year?
We're 365.
Really?
Right. Fall, winter, spring, summer.
Indoor during winter, obviously.
Indoor during winter. We have a few locations over here, about 4 or 5 facilities. Ramsey, Oakland, Franklin Lakes.
They have full fields inside?
Not full, probably.
But enough.
Half of this possibly, which is quite big anyway.
Yeah.
We're winter, spring, summer, and fall, all year round.
So let's talk a little bit about the type of training that you do in groups like this. So they're all around the same age group, right?
So tonight you'll see a variation of kids ages 6 to 11 or 12 is tonight's practice.
Okay.
And then when I jump in, we'll split into 2 groups. So like 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10, 11,
Right.
12 for the other group. And we have kids tonight, I can tell you, just looking over, kids coming from Hasbrook Heights, Fairlawn, Wyckoff, Franklin Lakes, Glenrock, Oakland, Hawthorne, Pompton Lakes. So they're just a few of the kids right now that, you know, have come.
And that's to me, that's also like, if you're going to go play on a team, on a club team, or you're going to play with strangers, so you've got to get used to it at a young age. Just being able to learn how to, like they're doing now, train and practice and kick the ball to each other and trust one another.
And it's all about training, you know. It's making sure these kids are in a positive environment. And I think, you know, I said to you before, we talked on camera, in my opinion, if you're going to buy a nice sandwich, you go to Angelina's in Hawthorne and you pay for it, right?
Shout out to Angelina.
Shout out to my Angelina family. If you want a nice pint of Guinness, you go to the Celtic Corner with Dave.
Yeah.
You know, and you pay for it.
Right.
And that's something that isn't really noted over here. You know, if you want a good training service, you come to ISDS Soccer. That's just the way I look at it. And yes, it's a professional business, and you know, we have full-time workers and full-time coaches and the back office and everything, the marketing team, the website people.
Yeah, how many people do you have on staff? Like including coaches and everybody else?
20 coaches and 10 on the back end, give or take, whether they're full-time or part-time.
Yeah.
So it's a full-on business that we take very seriously, and we
and they're all your coaches are professionals.
All professionals, yeah. All professionals.
They all come from, are they all local from the US, or are they?
They're all US based, yeah.
They are, okay.
Yeah, all US based. But they're all under my training education that I help them with, and to put on that special product.
Sure.
Which is key.
Yeah.
And obviously that to me is important, that they're following this lead, you know, as good as possible.
Well, and it's obviously working if you have some of your former students that are now playing professional soccer. It kind of says something there.
Well, yeah, thank you. It's, you know, it's great to see them. Like, you know, New York City v Philadelphia last night, we had one of our former students from when he was age 9 to 12.
Is that right?
Yeah, he started for this New York City, and
really,
it's nice to see.
Who won the game?
Philadelphia.
All right.
But still, you know, just to see that, it's great for these kids as well, the aspiring young kids in ISDS.
Yeah. Do you tell them, here, by the way, one of our former students?
No.
Oh, you should. That's cool.
It's on the web.
Because then they watch it. You know, they can watch the game.
It's on the website, but you know, they're too young right now to
even care.
Yeah.
So do you, when you're training, like, can you? I think I know the answer to the question, but when you're watching these kids, can you spot like the 1 or 2 kids that just, you know, that they've got something special?
Yeah, without doubt.
Yeah, you could see it almost instantly, right?
We had a player, so, gosh, how old is she now? She's 17, 18, Ridgewood High School. She came to us when she was 7 or 8. Absolutely unbelievable, you could tell that. She's going to go to the national team.
Really?
Oh, yeah. She is, you could tell at 7 or 8 that she is like completely going to be a Division I college soccer player, professional soccer player.
Wow.
And she's playing for one of the best teams in the nation right now. And hopefully she will have
Which team she plays for?
She plays for a club team in New York.
Okay.
So hopefully she'll get her pathway to the professional game one day.
Nice.
We've just sent a few kids to the US national pool as well.
Oh, really?
Like, basically it goes from the best players from the state, and then the region, and then the national pool, and then the nationals.
Wow.
So some of our players, the high-level players, have been chosen to represent to go to the national pool at the national youth team levels.
How many players?
Right now we've got 3.
That says a lot for the program. I mean, it really does.
Thank you.
Yeah. How does that make you feel?
Proud.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course. It better make you feel proud.
But proud because at the end of the day, what we're trying to deliver to these children is a unique training philosophy, and to me that is completely key.
Yeah. So you're bringing something completely different to the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's awesome. So how can people want to check you out? Do you have a website?
Yeah, sure. ISDS-sports.com.
So ISDS, D as in David, S Sports. Oh, dash sports.
Sports.com.
Sports, and it's the little dash, not DASH.
Yeah, it's the
ISDS-sports.com.
Yep.
And they can get all the information about the different types of programs.
All the different programs. We have private lessons, small groups, camps, consultation for children from myself, so I can help guide them if they're in a tough spot in their club world.
Sure. So they can go on the website, find the phone number, say, hey, I want to talk to Matt Higgins.
Yeah.
I saw him on the Towncast, and I want to talk to him.
Absolutely.
All right. So tell me a little bit about the type of training you do with kids, today's kids. Like what kind of activities, what kind of training?
Yeah, so tonight it's the first official practice of summer.
Oh, is that right? Tonight's it?
First official, and you know, as you can see, everyone's got a soccer ball, which is great. They're just going through their warm-up routines now, and then what we do is we just 10-15 minutes, everyone with a ball, and that's their warm-up. But you always start with a ball. They're not just running laps and doing all that stuff.
Because you don't,
So this is called a technical warm-up. They're each behind the cone with a ball, and they're working on their foot skills. And then they'll move on to their technical session, which probably tonight is going to be passing. So they'll get into groups and they'll finish with a little fun scrimmage at the end. So it's broken down.
He's warming up because as soon as we finish here, he's going to get out there and start working with the kids, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Matt, listen, I really appreciate
awesome. Thanks for what you do for the town as well.
I appreciate it.
You do a great job.
Thank you. I'm sure I'll see you at either Angelina's or Celtic Corner.
Yeah, probably both.
Angelina's at lunch, Celtic Corner at dinner time. But I really appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
And I wish you all success. I mean, it's great to hear someone that has a passion for helping the kids, and like a true passion, not just I just want to make the money, but like I could see it just in talking to you. That being able to watch as they navigate from each age group, and like you said, now you have 3 guys that are training for, or that are at the national
girls and boys.
So hopefully we'll see them on the national team.
You'll be the first to know.
Yeah,
we'll have to get it live on the Towncast.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get them on. We'll make sure to get them on.
Awesome. Top man. Thank you so much.
All right, Matt, thank you so much.
Yeah, cheers.
All right, listen, if you guys want any other information, go to ISDSsports.com, look up the phone number, give Matt a call, and whatever questions you might have, if you're thinking about a program, if your child is thinking about playing a team sport, give Matt a call. I mean, he trains them at any age, and if you yourself want to get out there and just want a good training just to get in better shape, I mean, there's no better shape than learning how to play soccer. I tell you that. There's no better exercise. So I encourage you guys to look Matt up, give him a call, and hopefully we'll see you on the pitch. Right? Did I say that right?
Sure did.
We'll see you on the pitch. All right, be well, everybody.